Welcome back to Mac's Garage. Today I'm going to start changing the engine in this 99 Formula 3 Ski-Doo 700 triple. This one happens to be set up like a 98 Mach 1, so it's got the 98 Mach 1 pipes, clutching, carbs, all the stuff that goes with a 98 Mach 1 power-wise. So I guess to start off, probably the thing to do is show you why I'm changing the engine. This sled still runs. Theoretically, I could be riding it, but it's mid-February and I haven't yet. So I rode it last year and it kind of rattled a little bit. And one of the things that rattles is actually the ski. So when it's running, the ski loop rattles inside of there. I didn't worry about it too much last year, but when I started it up this fall, when I started up this fall, it seemed like it had a little bit more noise than what it had last year. And one of the things that I thought it may be was the clutch, which is already missing, because I took the clutch apart to check it out, see what it was like, and the TRA clutches are kind of noisy. However, with the clutch off, and I'm not sure if it's going to make the right noise when I do this or not, because sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I can't quite get it to do it right now. If you rock this crank back and forth, it makes kind of a knocking noise, like probably a bearing is starting to go out on the crank. Now, one of the things that I noticed, this is a 99 Formula 3 engine, and I didn't think they had greased bearings in these ones, but the outer bearing is Isoflex grease, and this tube here is a vent for the Isoflex greased bearing, I do believe. Actually, I'm not sure about that. I'll find out that later. But this line right here is different. This is not on the 98 the 98 and older triples. This line showed up on this motor with Isoflex. So we'll figure that out. Now, could I keep running this engine? Yeah, it actually runs really well. But because it hasn't failed yet, I'm going to go ahead and swap this one out. Part of the reason I'm swapping this one out is I have this fresh rebuild engine sitting here. It's got a fresh crank, and I pulled the reed cages out and actually looked down there. I can see new bearings and alignment marks on the crank. So this crank has been gone through. It's got 3 new pistons in it. I made a different video where this center cylinder, the cylinder itself doesn't look as good as the outer two, but it'll be fine. It'll run. It's got, I don't know. That's about it for this one in this video. So that's the engine that's going in. It's a supposedly fresh 98 style, so it doesn't, see, this line is not here. It goes into the block like right in that spot on the 99. This one doesn't have it. So this has the outer bearing being oiled by the engine oil. So yeah, so there's a passage that runs down through here, and when I had this reed cage out, I looked to make sure that it's actually drilled, which it is, because that was an issue apparently. Some of these didn't get the oiling hole to this outer crank bearing drilled. This one has both of the holes it's supposed to have, so it should get oil out to that bearing. And this one it took longer to get ready to go in than I hoped it would, but it's ready to go in now. And that means it's time to pull this engine. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is these 98 style pipes are, they're gonna be a nightmare. So I'm just gonna clip the camera up. I'll set it up on a time lapse. I'll probably do a couple of things that are separate videos, but for right now I'm gonna set this up on a time lapse and just start pulling stuff apart. that's it for tonight. Well, for a while, I guess. Neither one of these engines are worth putting in. It is what it is. I think I'll probably fix the 99 engine because I think it's in better shape. That's the one that came out. I think that is actually a better engine than this one. So I'll tear that down at some point, figure out what the noise is, probably put some crank bearings in it, or maybe a whole crank. And I anticipate it being an okay motor other than that. This one's got some things going on. So I'll make a separate real short video on that one. But yeah, kind of a bummer. I guess I don't get to put this back together and ride it. Probably won't happen this winter at this point. This was like the one day I had to actually work on my own stuff. So, whatever. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you later.